What's going on, everybody? How you doing? Everybody doing well? That's what I'm talking about. Hey, listen, if you're coming back to this channel, welcome back to the crib, big baby. It is certainly good to see you as always. If this is your very first time ever visiting our channel, thanks for visiting. My name is Kenny. Nice to meet you, and certainly good to see you as well. It is November the 7th, 2021. Happy Sunday. By the way, if it is your first time, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That will certainly continue to help our channel grow, reach more people. That is what it's all about. Smash the like button. And if you're going to subscribe, you'll certainly want to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when we've got a new video for you to check out. If you think others can get something from this type of content, definitely share the channel with them as well. We certainly appreciate all of that support. We got a great response from the previous video we did regarding truck financing. Had a lot of follow-up questions after that video. And I told you guys to send me an email. I actually had an email with somebody saying, Kenny, why don't you just tell us what finance companies that you're talking about as opposed to having us send you an email? That's a fair question. A lot of times I will do that because there's typically a follow-up question that I need to address. So that's why I always say just shoot me an email. But that being said, I had so many email requesting the information about the finance company. So CFF, Commercial Fleet Financing. Their website is commercialfleetfinancing.com. This company was actually referred to me by a friend of mine out of Illinois. So thank you, my friend. You know who you are. You didn't give me the permission to say your name, but I appreciate that. Now, before I reached out, I actually went to Google just to see, what their reviews are looking like. And pretty much 99% of it was all positive. I think there was like 2 or 3 people gave it 1 star. When I researched that was basically because they didn't get approved. I always find that interesting how people will be mad at the bank because they didn't get approved as opposed to finding out why you were not approved and then correcting that problem. And then you go back and resubmit. A bank does not like to decline you. They want to make the money off of you. Let me just put that out there in my opinion. So they had pretty good reviews. So I called and spoke with Rico. Shout out to Rico. What's going on, man? And big help. They seem genuinely want to help people in their business. Now, I did not do business with them at this point. Wasn't ready to pull the trigger. I wanted to, however, call, talk to them, and see if they would be a good fit when I'm ready to move forward with getting more equipment should I decide to finance it. But they seem to be pretty good. Again, CFF, which stands for Commercial Fleet Financing. So I would give them a call and see. I'm not recommending them. I am recommending that you give them a call to see if it'll be a good fit. It may or may not be a good fit, but that is one. But before I do that, here is what I would recommend to you. See if you can get some support from where you already have a relationship. So for example, let's just say you, I don't know, maybe banking with your credit union. Ask the question, do you guys do commercial financing? If the answer is yes, you have a relationship. More than likely, you may have your business account set up with them. You may even have a business credit card with them, maybe even a line of credit. I don't know. I would go to them first because there's already some history established there. There's a relationship. So that process may look a little bit different than just trying to find a company, elsewhere. Now, CFF, I think it's pretty good, but the process is the process. What do I mean by that? What I've seen, guys, I don't know everything. Don't claim to. You may see or heard something different, had a different experience. We are all here about sharing, at least on this channel. So if you got some other information, please share it. But what I've seen, typically, if your business is under 3 years, established for 3 years, they're going to consider you as a startup business. That doesn't mean you can't get financed, but that is going to come with some requirements. More than likely, a personal guarantee. What does that mean? That means you basically co-signing for your business for this piece of equipment. That means they're going to look at your personal credit as opposed to just your business credit, right? I've often seen people been in business 6 months or maybe less than that and say, man, I've already got a 80 or a 90 paydex score. I don't want to say it's not hard to get an 80 or 90 paydex score, but it's not hard. You start off with some uh, tier one net 30, accounts, your Quills, your Grangers, your Uline, then maybe go up to your tier twos, your fuel card. But that does not mean you can go out and buy a 30, 40, 50, 80, 90, or even $100,000 piece of equipment. Unless these trade lines are reporting that you've got a $150,000 credit line, and they're reporting that. You remember when I said when you open up a account in your business, you want to find out if they report, who do they report to, and how often do they report? And then you need to be able to go and fact check that, verify it, if you will. And I recommend nav.com. It is going to cost. But once you've got your Dun and Bradstreet number, your Dun's number, you can see who's reporting and how often they're reporting and what they are reporting. Is that information accurate? And so all those things are important, in my opinion, on the business side. But, if you've been in business for 3 years or less, they are going to ask the same question, meaning, how long have you been in business? Can you send over some tax statements, bank statements, your financials? Do you have positive cash flow in your business? Have you reported a profit as opposed to a loss? Now, let me speak to that a little bit. A lot of people make money in their company, but they report a loss. So you won't have to pay a lot of taxes. I'm not saying cheat on your taxes. Lord knows I'm not saying that. But what I am saying, if you have some legitimate write-offs that you and your CPA or whomever you get your tax advice from, your bookkeeping, if there are some legitimate write-offs, that can help you as opposed to how much taxes you're going to have to pay. But that can also work against you. They may say, well, yeah, you made money, but you took a $80,000 loss. Yeah, you did, but you didn't. So, it works both ways. Have a good bookkeeper, good CPA, I recommend. But if you've been in business for less than 3 years, you're more than likely, number one, is going to have to personal guarantee that loan. What else? You're going to have to pay a lot more money down, 10, 15, 20%, maybe 30, depending on your situation and the equipment that you're looking to get financed, in my opinion. So what are the benefits of putting the truck in your company name? Now, even if you personal guarantee it, in most cases, check with that bank, they should report all your payments to your business credit and your business credit only. The only time they will report that to your personal credit as if you default on that loan, you surrender the truck. All bets are off then. If it's in your company's name and your company name only, you didn't provide your social security number. You only provided the company's information, the EIN and all of that. God forbid you have to default, surrender the truck in your company's name. Doesn't affect you on the personal side whatsoever. You can start another company. Now, we certainly don't want to default, but that's, in my opinion, that's the difference. That's why I always say at the end of my videos, have a plan and be patient. If you can get it in your company's name and your company name only, that's the way I can go, or the way I would recommend you go. Now, even if you don't have, but maybe 6 months of established business, maybe you say, I don't want to use my social security number. They say, well, it's a requirement. Well, what if I put 50% down? May not be a requirement now because you've got more skin in the game. Does that make sense? And maybe you can just do it that way. But rule of thumb, if you've been in business less than 3 years, you're going to have to personal guarantee that in most cases. Not all, but in most cases. And this is what I've seen. And it also comes down to, how much is this truck that you're looking to finance? If we're talking 15, 20,000, maybe different. So a follow-up question that I had, which transitions perfect here. Is it harder to buy a new truck as opposed to pre-owned? And should I buy new as opposed to a pre-owned? Well, first, I can't tell you what you should do. You got to do what's best for you and your business. That's number one. But I will speak to, is it harder? Not necessarily. And I'm saying not necessarily because I don't know how much the truck costs. If it's new, it's going to probably cost a lot of money. And so, the banks, I think, like funding a new truck as opposed to a pre-owned. That new truck, in a bank's opinion, in their mind, it's going to last the duration of this loan. Remember how I talked about I would never finance past 36 months, max 4 years on a pre-owned because I don't think it's going to last. And even if it does last, it's going to require more than your preventative maintenance. It's going to require some things as opposed to a new truck. Not saying that new trucks don't break down. I've seen them come off the lot and break down the next week. But in most cases, you are covered with all the warranties. I even would recommend the extended warranty past the engine, the electronics, especially if you have depth, and you've got the exhaust, you've got sensors and even tire warranty if you can get it. 500,000 miles, 5 years, and you're financing for 60 months, which is 5 years. Then if the truck breaks down, it shouldn't cost you any money. And if it does, not a lot of out-of-pocket money. It shouldn't cost you anything if you got the right warranties in place. Now it's in the shop. You're not making money, but you're not paying for the repairs, if that makes sense. So buying a new one certainly has its pros. Now, the cons to that is buying a new one could cost you upwards of $150,000 to $200,000. Now, I think you can get box trucks new for a little bit less than that, but they're going up. I've seen some used ones for $75,000. So that price, it's a seller's market right now. That's something So, banks look at that a little bit differently. However, if you've never financed a $100,000 piece of equipment before, they may not want to give you 100% of that. They may request some bank statements. Let's see how much money you have. Now, the difference is if you've got a friend and you ask your friend to loan you $100,000 and you show them that you have $100,000, well, we know what the question is going to be, right? Why do you need my money? It's not the case for the bank. If you ask it for 100, 150, 200,000 and you have that amount or more in your bank account and you tell them I'm building business credit, they like that. They know you have the money to pay this loan back, right? So they're not in business to lose money. They're in business to make money. They want you to go that 60 months if that's what you're financing for because of the interest that they're going to make off of you, right? So that's my 2 cents. But CFF, Commercial Fleet Finance, and I'm looking at my other screen over here, my other monitor, and their website is commercialfleetfinancing.com if you want to reach out and have a conversation, see if it's going to be a good fit for you. Guys, I hope it has helped. We had so many responses to the other video, and I didn't realize there were that many people trying to get finance for their truck, which is a good thing. That means you're doing good, and some of you are coming out of a rent, and we've talked about renting the truck. There's pros and cons to that. Listen, I get it. You got to start the way you start, and a lot of people rent for different reasons. Some people say, let me rent and see if I'm going to like this, see if I can make money. That's fair. I get it. That's totally fair. Or let me generate some revenue before I go out and buy a truck. That's fair too. And from my understanding, you can write that off. You're renting equipment for your business. That's a write-off. Check with a tax expert on that. But in most cases, they're not reporting those payments to your business credit, right? So you're not getting anything on the credit side, but again, pros and cons, and I certainly get it. So that is all I have. If you want to reach out, CFF Truck Financing, which stands for Truck Financing, Commercial Fleet Financing. I'm sorry. Their website is commercialfleetfinancing.com. Let me verify that. Hang on. Oh, that's not it. Wait a minute. Bear with me. Okay, yep. It's commercialfleetfinancing.com. That's their website. They're based, I think, in Carrollton, Texas, if I'm not mistaken. If you're not familiar with the area, that's probably right outside of Dallas. But doesn't matter where they are or you are. They do commercial fleet financing. So give them a call, have a conversation, and see if that's going to be a good fit. You may be shopping around and may have someone that's going to be a better fit. And if so, let us know about it. Had a great conversation with him. I feel comfortable with him. A friend of mine recommended, and I know they did him well. So you can give him a shout and see if that's a good fit for you. Thank you so very much for being here and continuing to watch my videos. I couldn't do it if you guys wouldn't keep coming back and watch, and I appreciate you so very much. Bam. Wait, can you see my? There you go. Fist pound. I appreciate that. Enjoy your Sunday and your upcoming week. Tough times, they don't last forever. Tell people they always do. Money does not come with instructions, so you need to have a plan. You need to be disciplined, be patient, and have that plan. And I believe you and your business will be just fine. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. That really helps. And we will talk to you soon. Take care now.